All right, welcome back to my channel. All right, today I got a special video. And thanks to all my new subscribers, we're growing. Pretty slow, but we're growing nonetheless. Now, got a video for you explaining basically what my channel's all about, explaining what the game is about, and explaining what I offer to you, all my viewers, and anybody that wants to jump on the bandwagon and help me build this platform to the next level so I can bring you even more wisdom and actual answers to all your dating problems and needs, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this video, and I'm going to explain the scenario and the premise and maybe give you an answer here today, right? All right. Let's go ahead and jump in, and then we'll continue.
I am going to tell you something that will flip the way you look at every argument, every complaint, and every cold glance over dinner. And before you decide that this is just another video in the spirit of all men are like this or all women are like that, no, what I am about to show you has no gender. It works the exact same way for both men and women, and I have seen proof of this not only in my own relationships but also in the data from decades of research by psychologists who studied couples. We are used to blaming family dramas on personality, incompatibility, or faded love, while overlooking the hidden algorithms of our own brains. There is a mechanism because of which a person can be chronically dissatisfied with a relationship regardless of who is next to them and what that someone is doing. And until you understand this mechanism, you will be fixing what wasn't broken, apologizing for things that aren't your fault, and slowly turning into a shadow of yourself, trying to make someone happy whose happiness works differently than you think. The most common phrase I hear from both men and women about their partners is, "No matter what I do, it's never enough."
All right, notice keywords: algorithm, mechanism, code, right? Understand. It's actually not that hard. It's pretty simple. It's the understanding that's the hardest, right? Now, because no one wants to understand, right, or look at the very thing, it's just a straight up complaint. No matter what I do, it's never enough, right? And guys are stuck with that, and they never move forward after that, right? It's just the straight up, no matter what I do, it's never enough. And they overlook what I just said, right? The mechanism, the game, the rules, all of this that is actually telling you in your face, damn near screaming, hey, right? There's something wrong. The check engine's on, right? And you're like, well, it's never enough. And I'm like, well, you never saw the check engine, you know? That's what I teach you. The check engine. And how to fix it. And that it's a game. Basically, you're driving a car, right? Pretty simple. Simple stuff. Nice, continue.
One brings flowers, it's the wrong occasion. Cooks dinner, it wasn't cooked right. Works hard means they are absent. Works less means they aren't ambitious. Gives space means they are indifferent. Pays attention means they are overbearing. This vicious circle drains you to exhaustion, making you feel like a defective product that no one will ever buy.
You see there? That's one of the biggest problems right there. This here, right? This belief, right? After literally getting the translation, right? Working too hard means you're absent. They're right there. It's literally saying it, literally, figuratively, and everything under the sun. It's being shown in little ass pictures here right now. Too quiet, too loud, too needy. But every one of these little boxes has an explanation why in the hell you're too quiet, you're too loud, or too needy, defective, right? It's in the box, there's an explanation. That's where I come into play and show you the defect, right? And how to fix it. I refurbish. Basically, I refurbish you, right? It puts you back in the market. Pretty simple, right? That's what it is. Now, if we, instead of getting too damn deep into this shit, that no one will ever buy and all this other crap, right? Just be confident in the process, right? Of refurbish, you're back on the damn shelf, and in no time, sold, right? Period. Because that's what it is. We're selling each other. That's it, right? For someone to buy. In this case, a woman, right? Anyways, let's continue.
And right here unfolds something that almost no one talks about directly. Sometimes it really isn't about you, but not for the
It's never about you. That's one of the rules. That's the beauty of it. It's never about you. It ain't about you. Right? It's so simple. The fact that you make it about you is what destroys the very fucking thing and puts you on the shelf permanently, but the broken one, defective shelf, not the buy shelf, right? Anyways, let's continue.
the reason you think. My story. For several years, I was convinced that I was just bad at choosing partners. The pattern repeated itself with terrifying accuracy. The honeymoon phase, euphoria, and then a growing dissatisfaction with literally everything. It felt as if, after the first few months of the demo version, my partners turned on a strict audit mode for my flaws. With one partner, I was reproached for not being romantic enough. With another, I went all out surprises, letters, gestures, and heard that it was too much, staged, insincere. With a third, I became more reserved and decisive, and I was accused of not consulting them, pushing.
Yep. Now this is called the work. Now I love these little. I wish I had some AI partner here, right, to give me all these damn visuals for you. Because check this out. What do we have here? Chest. That's right. And yes, new rule. Pawns fly. And he's sitting there going like, what the hell? What's crazy though, this is what I teach you. While she can put up a new rule, right? And this is next level, by the way. You shouldn't be worried at all. You're like, you're damn right, pawns fly in this new game. Because you are a master player. Which means what? No matter what stupid rule comes up in the game, you know how to play the game. And therefore, her rules mean not a damn thing. Because you're still gonna win. Period. Anyways, all right, got a little excited there, but there you go, right?
Pushing through decisions all by myself. Every new attempt to adjust to someone else's expectations only dragged me deeper into a dead end where the rules of the game changed right as we went. At some point, I stopped thinking.
Yes, the rules change every minute of, of every hour of every day. Literally and figuratively. However, fear not. All right, so we're going to use this visual here, right? Check this out. This is the beauty of it. This is why I love this shit. Now, check this out. See this bubble right here? That's one of the things that is being asked of her, right? Underlining needs, which then go into love, right? Growth, safety, and all this other crap. And then that goes into their own little categories of shit right here. And each one of these little bubbles extends into more shit of their own and blah, blah, blah. Here's the beauty of it. All right. I teach you how to not get basically tangled and F up every single one of these little things. Because here's the next level I speak of. And everything I've ever promised to you before in all my other videos. All right. Simple hack. Check this out. Now, this bubble here, right? Big ass bubble right here might as well be this bubble right here. So check this out. Instead of trying to hit growth here, you hit this bubble and therefore you hit all of these bubbles. So check this out again, right? You hit this big ass bubble and now you don't even have to hit any of this. This is what I teach you. the real answers. The answer to beat them all. Does that make sense? So I know it's complicated because all of these little dots, and trust me, I could explain every single one of these sons of bitches because that's how damn good I am. But this ain't video. It's not about me, right? It's about trying to show you and understand what it is indeed that I offer to you, my viewers, right? And new subscribers. So if you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, right? I'm taking this time to plug my video. All right. So you see, this is basically how it works. You're going to hit this big ass bubble, and common sense says you hit this bubble and all of these. Why? Because you hit the big bubble. And this is why it's hard, however, so easy, because no one ever does what I just said. However, I am going to show you how to do that. All right. Let's continue.
What am I doing wrong? And started thinking, what if it's not about the specific action at all? This turned out to be closer to the truth than I thought, but this truth is much more interesting and much less fatalistic than this person is simply not made for happiness. Negative filter. Psychologist John Gottman spent many years observing real couples, recording their conversations, measuring physiological responses, and then tracking who would break up and who would stay together. He described a state called negative sentiment override. This is a kind of psychological point of no return, after which a person's vision becomes selective.
The ick, which means you're done. Now, dudes hit the ick immediately sometimes. Why? Because check this out. As I had said earlier, right, with the dots, the little chart with the dots, remember? Now, guys, believe it or not, and this is proof of what I'm saying, okay? Guys do basically what I just said. The answer is only they do it to F up. So they hit all those little dots in one big ass bubble, only it's an effed up bubble, basically a fail, right? A big catastrophic mistake, which hits every single other little thing, bubble, right, that I speak of, and therefore get the ick. So now your ass is grass immediately, right? Before you ever even start the relationship. This is how it works. I, however, not like every other coach and guru, right? It's going to give you the actual answer, not the problem. Even though I'm pointing out the problem, but I'm also going to give you the answer. Understand? So, hopefully you're on the same page, right? Hopefully I explained it pretty good. These visuals help a lot, believe it or not. All these charts, all this shit may be funny, right? All of this, but it's real. This is so damn real, right? Anyways, let's continue.
It happens like this. If enough unprocessed resentments, disappointments, and unexpressed needs have accumulated in a relationship, a person's brain automatically begins to interpret even neutral or positive actions of the partner as negative. The partner is late means they don't care. The partner is silent means they are sulking. The partner gives a compliment means they are mocking or want something in return. In such an atmosphere,
correct, it's timing, it's situational, it's a moment, it is, what is this? You know, what's that word? It's that perfect word. The hell is it called? Motive. There you go. Motive, right? It's value. It's all these words, right? Respect. See, validation, express needs, respect, right? Trust. Again, respect. A lot of respects bubbles, put it that way. Active listening, empathy, and all this other shit, right? All of this, again, are little bubbles. This is what I'm showing you. They're little bubbles, each one of these, right? I help you put all these shit together into one big ass bubble, and therefore it makes it easier so you don't have to hit any of these because you've hit the big ass bubble, and there you go, right? pretty simple, like I always say in my videos, right? Let's continue.
Even a sincere I love you starts to sound like a disguised threat or manipulation. Gottman showed that once a couple enters this state, they get stuck in a loop where it is almost impossible to do anything right because it is no longer the specific action being
Exactly. You got the ick. Once she gets the ick, all future shit that you try doesn't matter, because in her world, any of your roses is basically shit roses. It's simple, right? Again, man, these illustrations are perfect. Right, look at this dude. Like, I brought you some roses, but the roses coming from you is basically shit. That's what this is. And here's the beauty of it. Again, once you understand all of this shit, you move on to stages 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and all the other ones, right? And basically, any dude that brings this to her sees this and not this shit, because this shit she sees and associated with you. So understand, it's not even about you. The new guy that brings the new roses to her is perfect dude, while you are shit dude. And you, instead of seeing all of this, whatever I'm just saying, you see perfect dude as the enemy, right? And therefore, you turns into this whole ass war and all this other shit, instead of actually noticing that you are shit dude. Does that make sense? It's so damn simple, right? And you give credit to the dude that as if he's better than you because you believe this to be true, and you miss the whole damn point that you are basically shit roses dude, right? And once you see that, basically, right, you realize the extra credit that the other dude gets. And here's my point that I went on this little dumbass rant. The other credit that the dude gets is literally the fact that he's not shit roses dude, which that's you. Understand? Which is why the other guy gets a perfect score, but it's only because he's compared to shit you. Right, there you go. Simple stuff, hard to understand, but like I said, that's what I'm here for, right? To help you with this, the beauty of the game. All right, let's continue.
evaluated, but everything through the filter of accumulated resentment. And this state is not tied to gender. It develops in any person whose emotional needs have been systematically unmet, and often this is the result.
Here you go, another perfect illustration. Remember the gears, and I've said this in a lot of my videos. It's always the gears. Each one of these little gears is what makes shit work, right? The dynamics. I show you how to replace these effed up gears, right, and make all this shit work once again. Damn, right? Anyway, here you go. Again, right, you see the bubbles? Reality, failure, expectation, also the shit. And all these gears, they must turn, period. Right? So let's continue.
Result of the mutual dynamics of the couple rather than the isolated brokenness of one partner. The good news, which the dramatic delivery of such videos usually hides, Gottman also showed that this state is reversible.
What did I just say? And I've been saying all along, it's reversible, fixable, refurbished, right? Polished, put right back on the damn shelf. It can indeed be done. You just got to know what you're doing. It's that simple. Hard to do, though. Again, I'm not going to bullshit you there. I'm not going to lie. Hardest thing to do are all of these things. Hardest still to understand it, right? And accept it. For some reason, dudes just refuse to listen to this. And once they do listen, it's just like it just never went in. Forget about in one ear, out the other. It's just, nope. Ain't no way I'm doing work. And I think that's what it's all about, right? Regular dudes refuse to do the work. However, the 1%. See where I'm going, right? Anyways, let's continue.
Couples do get out of it, but not through attempts to prove their love with an even greater number of actions, but through specific trust-building techniques that I will mention at the end.
Want to know who?
Of course, perfect video ruined by a dumbass commercial. I need to get that Prime crap, right? So this shit won't be happening no more. All right.
Treadmill. In 1971, psychologists Philip Brickman and Donald Campbell introduced the term hedonic treadmill. Their observation: people adapt fairly quickly to any improvement in life conditions and return to their baseline level of satisfaction regardless of whether they won the lottery or got a promotion. Evolutionarily, our brain is wired to constantly search for a deficit rather than celebrate fullness. In the context of relationships, this works just as brutally. A partner who lacked attention gets more attention, and after a few weeks, this becomes the new norm, while the dissatisfaction finds a new anchor point.
Correct. Now you see how simple that is, right? It's a simple premise. You know, of course it's like scientific and it fucking studies and all this, but understand what he just said, right? Scientists have discovered little old woman here, right, reach a level in the chart, boom. She is no longer interested in this level anymore. That's it, because her starting point was here, right? Which means once she goes up, boom, why in the hell would she go down? Pretty simple shit, right? Simple. It's simple stuff. But if you can see this, and here's my point, I actually give you answers. Here is the point. If you see the chart and find her starting point, right, then you can calculate, okay, she is now at level 2, for example, right? Boom. When you meet her, she's been at level 1, which is over here. Boom. You come in and take her to level 1, right? Over here, you are now at success, right? Or at the very least, keep her here, right? Anyways, I'm going in circles, right? But did you understand the point? Right? The solution is simple. You must find the starting point, right? Active point and goal. Pretty simple. Now, you come in, you come in here, right? Once you know these 3 points, boom, you hit the big dot, boom. And you elevate it past even 1 to satisfaction, right? Period. Now you're a player. See how it is, right? There you go. I laugh because it's like, damn, you know, I literally sit dudes down and show them this. Boom, 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 boom. They say they get it, but I can see it in there. It's like buffering, right? No compute. They don't seem to get this for some reason. I don't know what it is. Anyways, and dudes that do, at some point, forget for some reason. I don't know what the hell is going on. But anyway, let's continue.
Not because the person is ungrateful by nature, but because that is how the psychology of adaptation works. In all humans, it is not a pathology, but a normal feature of the nervous system.
There you go, right? Basically, you got no choice. That's it. No choice at all. No matter what. You can't vote it in. You can't opinion it in. You can't do anything. This is one of those universal laws because it was meant to be like that. Period. All right, so there you go.
Studied on thousands of subjects. Complementing this picture is the classic social comparison theory by psychologist Leon Festinger. People evaluate their well-being not in absolute terms, but in comparison with the past, with expectations, with other people. And right here, the era of social media really complicated everything, and this applies to everyone, not...
It did, but it didn't. But yes, indeed, social media, right, makes it look like it's something, but again, remember what I said. Starting point. You just need to figure out the math. That's where I come into play once again. And you don't even have to worry about the social media. It means not a damn thing once you understand the starting point and ultimately the level that was reached, right? There you go. Pretty simple, right?
Just one gender. When you have thousands of filtered relationships of other people in front of your eyes, ideal anniversaries, gifts, vacations, the comparison bar flies into the stratosphere, and the real partner next to you is almost guaranteed to lose to the storefront of other people's lives because they are comparing themselves not to reality, but to an editing reel. We start demanding a living person to match a glossy standard that physically cannot exist in everyday routine. What they bring from childhood, attachment theory, developed in the mid-20th century by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, and then confirmed for decades by other researchers, is one of the most reproducible results in relationship psychology. It explains why we choose with manic precision the exact people who will wound us in our oldest traumas. The idea is simple. The way significant adults handled our emotional needs in childhood forms a working model of relationships expectations through which we later unconsciously filter our partner's behavior. For a person with an anxious attachment style, a partner's silence is more likely to be read as a sign that they are being abandoned. For a person with an avoidance style, a partner's closeness is more likely to be read as a threat and a reason to pull away. And this is critically important. Attachment type does not depend on gender. Anxious attachment occurs in men just as much as in women, and is passed down from generation to generation in the exact same way, not through a broken gene of female unhappiness, but through patterns of interaction that a child observes and absorbs, regardless of whether they are a boy or a girl. If a person grew up in a family where one of the parents was chronically dissatisfied regardless of who it was, the mother or the father, there is a high probability that they absorb this emotional scenario as the norm of relationships. Not because such is the nature of this gender, but because it is the only model of relationships they saw up close. For such a psyche, a calm and stable relationship without drama feels intimidatingly foreign and boring. Sometimes it's not about you. Here is the honest and not so pleasant part.
It's never about you. That's one, right? And two, you noticed all that mumbo jumbo that he said, right, in the video. Mr. AI voice here showed you a bunch of little bubbles. Again, I make it simpler, even better, right? You don't have to worry about all those damn bubbles. That's what makes it complicated. I give you a big bubble. And therefore, you hit the solution just like that. But let's see what Mr. AI voice here has to say about the answer, right?
Research on a stable personality trait that psychologists call negative affectivity, works by David Watson and Lee Anna Clark, shows that a segment of people truly has a stable tendency to fixate more sharply on the negative sides of experience. This is a measurable personality trait, stable over time, partly related to temperament. And this is also not tied to gender. In any way, this trait is distributed in the population among men and women comparably. A peculiar pessimism of perception becomes their baseline screen contrast settings. If your partner is systematically dissatisfied in all areas of life, not only in the relationship with you, but also at work, with friends, with emerging problems in the family, this is a sign that the source is most likely not in your actions. This doesn't mean he or she is broken beyond repair. It means that the problem cannot be solved solely by your efforts because you are trying to fix the wrong thing in the wrong place. But it is important here not to fall into the trap of the original myth. This is no reason to declare a specific person, let alone an entire gender, incapable of happiness in principle. Chronic dissatisfaction is a pattern that can be treated. With therapy, by working on...
Here's where the video goes off the rails. I knew it was going this way once started hearing, well, this doesn't mean it's a reflection of you or your actions. It's a pathology and all this other shit. And now, right, it goes down the shit. And this is the beauty of my channel. I pick up the pieces, right, where the damn train here, right, goes off the rails. Boom. Right into therapy. Right, therapy promotion, right? Therapy, and Whatever her is reflecting on you and all this other shit right now, that doesn't work. This is the real world, right? Believe it or not. Now I know. It seems like I just disregarded the whole video, but no, I'm giving you the tools here, using the tools. And then I'm going to show you what I mean about how this video just became a therapy promotional video, right? And check this out.
On anxiety, sometimes pharmacologically, and often with couples therapy, if the source lies in the dynamics of the pair itself rather than in one person. It is important to realize in time where your responsibility as a partner ends and the personal therapy of another person begins. What to actually do about it.
Psychologist.
Of course, now you're going to get all the psychology bull crap, right? Commercials and all this other stuff. All right, here we go.
If you recognized yourself or your partner in this video here is what the research literature shows, rather than motivational slogans. First, separate two things: the specific complaint and the general emotional background. Gottman advises that when hearing criticism, you shouldn't ask, "What did I do wrong this time?" but rather, "What state is this conversation in right now?"
See, I knew it was going to fall apart. I knew it. Rather than the answer, his answer, right? Well, this AI video, but you know, the let's go back just a little bit, and I'll show you what I mean. So that this is the trap. This is where it all falls apart, and this is why most of the shit therapy and relationship coaches and all this shit doesn't work, because of this this problem that I don't have a word for other than, you know, a glitch.
What state is this conversation in right now?
See that? That's supposedly what you should say. What state is in it? What, that sounds stupid. The problem was before the actual questioning overturned, right? Check this out.
During criticism, you shouldn't ask, "What did I do wrong this time?"
Right there. Right there is the actual problem and answer, believe it or not, right? Take out the trash. A simple task, right? He says, "Alrighty then, I will." She wants you to do it now. This is the classic. This is a classic. You're going to throw it. You are. Just not right now. So the problem ain't even the trash. It's the now. You don't want to do it now. She wants you to do it now. That is the problem. Now we're in the paradox situation, right? Here's the real problem. You shouldn't ask, "What did I do wrong this time?" That right there is what gets you into the shit show. You see, it's a stalemate. She wants you to throw the trash now. You don't want to do it now. The actual problem was this: what did I do this time? When she gets pissed at the fact that you didn't throw it out now. See? There it is, right there. What did I do this time? You see? The stalemate is right here, right? A Mexican standoff. You're both pointing at the damn trash. She wants you to do it now. You're happy to do it, just not right now. Right? She gets pissed, and then you pull the trigger. What did I do this time? Boom. There it is. All right. Destroying, or actually, how do I explain this one? I don't have a word for it, but basically, right, her demand of you throwing the trash now is what it's all about. You saying, "What did I do this time?" means, right, you didn't even know what the hell is going on. So therefore, right, she relates to one of those bubbles that I was telling you about, right? Negative, always. And therefore, you're the dumbass. Boom. Right? Just like that. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, why in the, why should I do all this damn work? Well, it's not necessarily all this damn work, and I'm not even saying throw the trash out now. That's not what I'm saying. It's don't make this mistake right here. What did I do wrong this time? That is the actual mistake. Now, let's continue. Keep that in mind.
But rather, what state is this conversation in right now? Is it a specific request or an echo of accumulated resentment? This is not ignoring.
Remember, these are the little dots. There it is. Right. All with that don't throw the trash out. Believe it or not, yeah, this is how stupid and at the same time complicated and at the same time how simple it is, right? It's weird, but yes, this is it. Throwing out the trash, literally all this shit, broken promises and old fucking grudges, and because of the criticism and missing cleaning, and all this shit is basically all funneled into that little task of throw out the trash now. Right? And you're happy to take all this stupid shit and throw it out, just not right now. See how simple it is? It's so simple, right? That it's hard. Anyways, let's continue, right? And finish this video off, because it's probably a long ass video, but it's a good ass video today, right? Anyway, let's continue.
Ignoring the complaint, it is an accurate diagnosis of where to address it. Second, the ratio of positive to negative interactions matters. In Gottman's research, stable couples maintain a ratio of roughly 5-to-1, 5 positive, warm, supportive moments for every 1 conflict moment. This is not about grand gestures.
Nope. It's about mathematics, right? Math. Have I not been saying this in all my videos? It's math, right? For every 1 negative dumbass thing, right? If you can do the out ratio, right? You got 5 things to do. 1 is negative, but you get 4 good. Boom. You just succeeded, right? Now the opposite, right? For every damn L, 4 and only 1 good thing, right? Then you take an L. Pretty simple. Mathematics. However, I have even more level. Higher level. I give you a hack. Now we can use the mathematics, right, of hitting 4 out of 5, or you can hit a nerve, what I call the nerve, right? The nerve of you, right? So that's where that comes from. Anyways, let's say yes, you can't hit every single point. You suck at it, right? Whatever. But what if I told you that if you hit 1 single point, a nerve point, all the other 4 doesn't matter because you hit the important one. There you go. Now, again, I'm going to take this time. If you like this video and made it this damn far, comment down below. Give me a like. Help me help you by sharing, commenting. Give me a like. Hell, a dislike. Whatever, right? Help me. All right, by, again, subscribing, which by the best thing for now, right? Once I build this up to next level, I'll be able to give you some of these damn visuals, right? And explain even more in detail. And show you how it's simple in the games and the actual point, the nerve, right? That you need to take a W. So let's finish this video off. Oh, damn, that sounded pretty. Let's finish this video for today.
But about small daily signs of attention. A smile upon meeting or a timely poured tea contributes much more to the bank of trust than forced gifts on holidays. Third, if the dissatisfaction is spilled over a person's entire life and not just the relationship with you, This is a signal that the solution lies not within the couple, but in individual work, therapy, or, if necessary, help from a psychiatrist. Trying alone to compensate for this with effort is a path to your own burnout.
That's not true. Everything and anything that's worth anything, regardless of this video, and even what I say, anything you do on your own is more satisfying that you will ever know. And yes, you may not get credit for it because you're on your own, right? But understand, this is where you learn. This is the work. This is the training. This is the part that matters, right? The actual choice of taking everything, the emotional bucket, everything under the sun, and putting it on your shoulders like a real man, right? Is what makes you the man, believe it or not. Now, it's one of those paradoxical things, right? You shouldn't burn out. There's no reason why you should burn out. Why? Because you're the man. There you go. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Hard to do again. I know I say that a lot, but there you go. Right? Perfect example. There you go.
Not to someone else's happiness. Fourth, if you recognized yourself in this description, that is also normal and it is not a death sentence.
Of course, everybody's the same damn thing. Like, all those videos are universal. If you recognize it, yes. How in the hell do you think you just, it is what it is. But anyways, we're coming to an end.
Attachment patterns and the negative perception filter are not a life sentence. They respond to awareness and therapy just as well as a partner's would. The main thing is to catch yourself by the hand in time at the very moment when your inner critic starts rewriting reality in dark colors again. So here is the real revelation. The impossibility of making a partner happy.
All right, we're finally going to get to the answer. All right, let's see. Let's see together.
Is not about one person being born incapable of happiness while the other is doomed to fruitless attempts. It is about the fact that happiness in a couple is not a gift that one hands to the other, but a system that two people build. Awareness in interpreting each other's words, realistic expectations, and, if needed, the help of a specialist. If this...
No answer at all. What did I tell you? What? Ultimately, right? Ultimately, here's the point. While this video was good, helpful, right, for visuals, for me to explain what I'm trying to do, right? Actually giving you the answers. You saw right there at the end, all of that explanation and good fucking visuals and everything. At the end of the day, it was all a search a specialist. And together, right? It's not a together. That's where it all falls apart. This ain't a together thing. Or if you both sit down and listen to each other and it's kumbaya. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. The whole damn video, it's a big ass commercial to how it doesn't work. Only to, in the end, literally sit there to search for a specialist, right? And if you can both interpret yourself, right? And explain to each other, they hold hands. This is so stupid. It's amazing, right? Throughout the whole damn video, a bunch of promises. Well, this is what no one, right, touches or whatever. Anyways, I'm going on a rant. I hope you liked this video. Give me a like, share, subscribe. This and much more is what I offer to you. And again, to finish the recap and actually give you an answer, right? Instead of reaching, let's do therapy and blah, blah, blah. How about you learn the game? Because that's what it's all about, the game. Learn the rules, right? Learn the moves. And once you do that, become a player. And once you're a player, learn to win. So there you go, right? Pretty simple. I already gave you the ain't no better explanation than what I just did today. All right? one big ass bubble that you must hit hits all these little bubbles that everybody's so damn worried about, the red flags and daddy issues and all sorts of shit and all this other crap, can be hit by one nerve bubble, right? And there you go. Answer. So there you go. I will see you on the next video.